Hello, welcome to our chistel.com, CHISTELL.com YouTube channel. I am author Denise Turney. I'm the author of the book Love Pour Over Me, and I hope you'll go get a copy. It's an ebook and print of Love Pour Over Me. This chisel.com YouTube channel focuses on freelance writing, whether you're writing a novel or doing nonfiction writing, working for a company, an organization, working from home, you're your own boss. Great. Or whatever type of writing you're doing, you're looking to market your work, you're looking to build a writer portfolio, et cetera, writing conferences, upcoming writing events, you've come to the right place here at this chisel.com YouTube channel. So today's session covers focuses on things to look for as a freelance writer. And I do encourage you to subscribe to our chisel.com YouTube channel because what I'm sharing with you is what I've learned firsthand over more than 20 years of writing. And I've written for some major corporations, also written and published novels. I cannot count how many articles and press releases, but it's in the thousands, I think, at least 1,000 and maybe more than that I've had published. So I'm going through years of experience, years of work that I'm sharing with you, and also things that other writer friends of mine have experienced and shared, whether they're New York Times best-selling author, Essence best-selling authors. This is all coming firsthand. So things to look for as a freelance writer. One thing is taxes. I can't say this enough. You as a freelance writer, if you're not a part-time or a full-time writer working as an employee for another organization, you're going to have to pay quarterly uh, taxes. And those are at the minimum, that's Social Security and Medicare. But you might want to put a little extra aside if you don't think you're going to have enough deductions so you don't owe at the end of the year. And consider creating a savings account to put money in, some type of account that yields an interest, to put money in. That money is growing, and that's what you're going to use to pay your taxes with. You want to set your money for your taxes aside the same way you set money aside when you do your budget for your mortgage or your rent or your utilities or your food. You want to do the same thing because you don't want to come up short here. Receipts. Save your receipts. And some receipts you can deduct. These are receipts you can deduct off your taxes. So these are office supplies, might be mailing supplies. You also want to track your mileage because the IRS, and it changes, you'll have to check their website, but per mileage it could be 50 or 55 cents a mile. If you go to a lot of client meetings, these are the types of things you're going to want to track as a freelance writer because you can deduct these things so that you can get back a larger refund or not owe on your taxes. Or owe less if you do owe. But if you do your taxes right, you shouldn't owe. Keep a 6-month savings, income savings, and this is gross income. I cannot state this enough because as a freelance writer, you could go years and get so much writing client work that you're setting your bills close to, let's say you make your bills be no more than 40% of your income, particularly when you think about your taxes, or whatever percent, but like definitely maybe no more than 60%. Well, let's say you're bringing in 80,000 a year, or even 100K or 120K a year as a freelance writer. That's great, but what happens if 5 or 6 clients suddenly tell you they don't need your services anymore? They either need to cut back due to finances at the organization, whatever it is, or they just want to move in a different direction. Uh, then your income's going to drop, and could drop suddenly and drastically. So that's why I say keep that 6-month savings. Uh, to, that's one thing to look out for as a freelance writer. And also, you're going to have to continue, and I do this every day. Continue to market yourself, introduce yourself and your skill set to others. So you can do it through your writing portfolio. You can market your online writing portfolio. You can send direct emails. You can, when you're networking with people, let them know the type of writing work that you're highly skilled in and that you're available to take on. So you're going to have to keep marketing yourself, and this is going to have to be regularly. I almost encourage people to do it every single day because if you do it every week, you might skip a week, and that could end up biting you in the end. Create a freelance writer resume. And again, I mentioned the online portfolio, but also have a resume the same way you would for a regular job. The types of the clients that you have written for, the names of the clients that you have written for. If you have written for a lot of clients, just maybe list in a and so prospect can get a view of the breadth of your experience. You can list maybe 10 clients that span financial services, healthcare, manufacturing. So they can see education. They can see where your experience as far as industry, where the depth of it is and how broad it is. Um, Again, create and market your freelance writer portfolio. And I can't state this enough. Seek out new clients every day. At a minimum, when I've started out, I was encouraged or advised to have a minimum of 12 writing clients. And I think that's a good tip. Some will send you more work than others. If you get overwhelmed, you could take on and hire another freelancer. And then when the work, if it drops off, then you just tell the freelancer you don't need his or her services anymore. And you can just explain to them that you just don't have the bulk of workload that you previously had. So I would, again, a minimum of 12 writing clients. And if you market yourself every day, you should have multiple writing clients. Another thing I want to encourage you as a full-time freelance writer, and even if you were working a regular job, is to build more than one income stream. So you could have several different clients as a freelance writer. You could also maybe get into some business ebook writing or novel writing, as I do with my novel, Love Pour Over Me, and I have other novels, Portia and Spiral, and other novels out here. Public speaking. Some people go on and take on a part-time job. You could do some consulting work, particularly if you have public relations or other communication skills. You could, or maybe you had other skills from before you became a freelance writer. Could be human resources, could be in another area. You could do some consulting work, and you could do all of this from home. But that gives you more streams of income in case one area starts to stagnate or dry up. Until you build that back up and get it flowing again, you would have income coming in from another source. So I want to thank you for being here with me. I'm Denise Turney, the author of the book Love Pour Over Me, and the host of our Chistel, CHISTELL.com, and I hope you'll visit our website, but our Chistel.com YouTube channel. Please subscribe so you can keep up to date with the tips, free tips, and advice that we share here at Chistel.com. Remember, you're amazing and you are truly blessed. Bye for now.